I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
We didn't start this war, but under President Trump, we are finishing it.
You literally started the war. Pete, there is no we didn't start the war. You literally started the war. Pete, you changed your title to Secretary of War because you love war so much. You started the war. Pete, everybody went to bed Friday night. Everybody went to bed Friday night. No war. We woke up Saturday morning to war. Everyone woke up to a war because you started it. At 11 p.m., the president called you, and he knew you'd be awake because you were probably doing Jaeger bombs because you love bombing shit so much like your own liver. And he said, Pete, I need a distraction. Give me a war. And then you grabbed your phone and said, ChatGPT, I need a distraction. Give me a war. And then ChatGPT gave you a war. And then you named it Operation Epic Fury because your brain is a PlayStation 2. You stupid man. You started this war, and you don't even know how to finish it. You're lying to everyone. You're gaslighting people so much. On every way, you're literally gaslighting people. You're literally burning oil fields on the other side of the world. You have no win condition. We're in a biblical holy war now, and we are being run by the fucking Antichrist, Pete. You have no wins. You have no way out. You're a loser millennial who's failed upwards his entire life. And now the entire world is staring at you, and they can see that you are a naked moron. And now you have to hope that we somehow survive.
Donald Trump should not have the support of the Australian government for this illegal war. It is not our war. It is not in our name, and we should not be allowing it to occur without condemnation. The deadly blasts and bombs that have already cost the lives of hundreds of innocent civilians. School children, with schools being bombed and hospitals struck. The young, the vulnerable, the sick, carrying the burden of this bloody war only 2 days in. Military action is irresponsible and dangerous at best.
Hey, hello everybody. Yeah, I know I haven't made a video in a while, but I thought I'd bring this one out. Not that it's Black History Month, because Black History Month is not, that's a joke. It's Black History Year every year. Yeah, it's just the bicentennial, the 100-year celebration of Black History Month. But Black History is every day of the week. If you got a smartphone, you on the internet, you already celebrating Black History every day. I'm going to use general terms, and I'm not going to do specifics. Nigerian man made connected computers and made the possibility of supercomputing. An Arab man made the actual term of algorithm through math computations. But it was a black man that was the godfather of AI in the first place. But there's a black woman that has over 274 different patents for voice over IP, internet connections, and everything else. All your little Google meetings, Zoom meetings, the crap with Microsoft, and even how we're talking through social media apps right now, that's all because of a black American woman. If you ever watched old, I call it old now, doggone it. If you ever watched so-called space shuttle missions where they're using the grappling arm to either take cargo satellites out of the bay of a space shuttle or bring them back in old satellites in so they could be brought back to Earth and be repaired. Black man invented the arm, the articulating arm. And all the basics, the broom, the dustpan, the mop, vacuum cleaner, refrigerator stove racks, barbecue, rotisserie device, traveling barbecue pit, and you can still buy it in the store now, but it doesn't have its name on it anymore. If you ever go in a grocery store and you see where there's a portable little barbecue or cooking grill, black man invented that. You go into a 7-Eleven, you go into a Dunkin' Donuts, you go anywhere that has the counter with the register set on it, and there's somebody behind the counter, black man made that. Murphy bed, black woman. Video surveillance system with the actual perimeter security devices installed with it, black woman. Lewis Latimer. You know, everybody got to fumble around, but at the end of the day, he was with Alexander Graham Bell. Alexander Graham Bell was a one-hit wonder. And I got some of his original paperwork. It was Lewis Latimer's technical designs that got the telephone submitted for patent before the Germans. Edison saw him, picked him up. Basically, they worked the man like a slave. He ended up making the filament to make the light bulb work. Edison had 3 patent inventions. The other 1,090, he ain't do shit. That white man fucking colonized all those workers. But, you know, it was legal. It was intellectual property rights. But he didn't do shit. He had 3 inventions up under his belt, and that's it. But I'm going to go past that. I really want to speak about the Epstein files. And not, come on. We already know you're in a situation where, and you can research these numbers, you can even ask Google who commits the most heinous child crime acts in the United States. And they'll pick up the European immigrant as the prime suspect. But I really want to talk to you in reference to this. People like Trump, the people that back Trump, the people that talk about it, they don't control the internet. No European immigrant from around the world has that type of money to control the internet. So it's really the possibility in the directive and the mandate for each one teach one. Find out something, because you have great people in your own personal family. All the black Americans I'm talking to. Not African Americans, not the individuals that came from one of the 54 countries in Africa through either their grandparents, their parents, and they got over here and they wanted to become American citizens. Those are African Americans. Anybody else, you're not the fundamentally black Americans. What the hell is fundamentally? What's that bullshit? That's bullshit right there. You are black Americans, and you are the descendants of the original Native Indians. Everybody from the west of the Mississippi, all back to now what we call California, that's all Eurasians. Matter of fact, their ancestors was taught how to do the powwow, how to do the dances and everything else. Because if you notice, where's all the pictures? If Google supposed to be free and fair, where's all the pictures of the black Native Indians? They don't want to show you that, because it dispels the myth that we were brought over in slave ships, and it wasn't that. The only people that came over in ships was the Irish, the Polish, and they were indentured servants. 7 years, they cleaned up their contract, all their family was free. But when you start catching Native Indians, because it wasn't like, see, a lot of people think, oh, okay, well, there must have been a lot of black Indians in one location. No, it could have been spread over 15 to 20 mile circumference, and you may have had maybe 15 or 20 families living within that 20-mile circumference circle. So unless they saw each other while they were hunting or fishing, or they had a mutual growth spot where they were growing fruit and vegetables, you weren't really seeing each other a lot. So yes, a musket and a musket ball was going to trump a bow and an arrow every day of the week and twice on Sunday. So here's the deal, y'all. Slavery isn't where Black American history begins. And it damn sure isn't what it ends as. But the real issue at hand is them Epstein files ain't shit. Ain't shit compared to what happened for slavery of Black Americans. Slavery was so many different levels. If you had a slave owner that was gay, guess what he was doing? If you had a slave owner that was a pedophile, guess what he or she was doing? If you had a slave owner that was a woman, guess what she was doing? So all that talking about slavery was just fruit and vegetables or whatever, picking cotton, picking rice, cutting down sugarcane down in Louisiana. That's just a small, minute part of it. Slavery was levels. And depending on how heinous and devious the person who was a slave owner, that was the situation at hand. And here's the deal. As Black Americans, yes, do folks need to be held to the fire, put in prison, not jail, not no community hours, no nothing. They all need to be put in prison. And my thing is like this, if the shit falls apart, let it fall apart, because there's enough people even at the third and fourth level that wasn't involved with that shit that could just take over. And if they don't want to do right, they could go to prison too. Here's the biggest history thing. No empire has lasted more than 250 years. So as Black Americans, we don't need to get caught up into this crap. We just need to know it, observe it, and teach each other. But at the end